If you look up Australian male actors, Brian Brown would be far from the top of the list. Just because he's not a shirtless Hemsworth doesn't mean he shouldn't be in the top 10, but that's just my opinion. Hey there friends, it's your pal Jorge, and you're watching Let's Review This Crap, where we show love to movies that are exciting, erroneous, and sometimes embarrassing. Released in 1986 by Ryan Pictures, this was Brian Brown's big introduction to American audiences, and it was a big hit. His next one, however, flopped, and even though he did FX2 and a couple of other movies for US audiences, but not as the lead, his acting career just didn't take off in a big way in the US, which is really too bad. Our flick opens with a mysterious stranger arriving by taxi. He goes into a restaurant, shoots a man who then bursts into flames, then shoots up the place and kills other innocent people, and fish. Then he stops the fancy-dressed woman, prepares to fire. She tries to talk her way out of it, but blasts away. There go the lobsters. Oh look, it was just a movie. Everyone's happy with the shoot when in comes Dirty Harry Wannabe. He tells our hero that he's a producer and wants him to work for him, and they agree to meet up at his workshop the next day. When the producer arrives, he's treated to a classic jump scare. The man is geeking out over all the movie props. He confesses that he's not a producer, but a government agent. He says they have a mob guy who's going to testify, but can't if he's dead, so they want to hire him to stage a fake assassination in public. Hero refuses.
You're crazy.
But the G-Man keeps asking. He still refuses, so they use reverse psychology and say they're going to go with his special effects rival. So he says he'll think about it. Then he decides he'll do it. He picks up the radio telephone his assistant brought, then proceeds to tying her robe sash around her feet while she sleeps. Did I miss something? Next, we see them both driving somewhere in a van to somewhere. Again, okay, still kind of random. Then she pranks him back with the old "don't look in there" routine. G-Man comes back to his apartment, and Hero pulls a gun on him and starts shooting. But it's fake. Why would you think that's a good idea? That's how you get yourself killed, dummy.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
The hero explains how the effect works to him. Next, the G-Man and the mobster come to his studio at night, and he starts his work, taking pictures and making a mold of his head. Just remember, friends, this is a long time before behind the scenes and special features things were even available. Featurettes and documentaries didn't exist, so people had no idea how this stuff was done behind the camera. They finish, so the mobster leaves, and the G-Man takes the pics and the negatives with him. An older G-Man is talking to the hero and asks him if he'll do the effect, aka the assassination, himself, so it won't get messed up. The old man gives him a ton of cash, and he agrees. Mobster and G-Man are at the hero's van to get all suited up for the effect. G-Man starts messing with the hero's gun, and seems pretty cheesed that he doesn't get to fake kill the mobster anymore. Sus! The mobster panics about the radio interrupting his pacemaker, but the hero shows him that it's safe. All set up, the mobster and the G-Man leave, but not before making the hero destroy the bust of the mobster. Hero gets ready to do the effect. He does the effect, then runs out of the restaurant into the G-Man's car. The government agent's ambulance comes and talks about how the job went when he asks why there's plastic on the seat. Seen enough movies to know why there's plastic on the seat. Then the G-Man pulls a gun and double crosses him. The driver gets killed in the struggle and the car crashes and the hero escapes. His FX van gets towed, so he calls the older G-Man and says the other one must have been paid off by the mobster. And he says he'll send a police car for him. Some random guy off the street asks him to use the payphone, so he takes shelter from the rain while waiting for the cops. Gee, this scene is suspiciously long. Psych, another double cross. I'm surprised they actually realized it was the wrong guy right away. I feel really bad for that guy though. Jeez, don't they care who they kill? I mean, if nothing else, it's just a waste of time and such to kill the wrong person, don't you think? Crooked G-Man goes to the hospital morgue to identify the mobster's body and says it's him. Hero goes to the girlfriend's apartment and tells her everything. She says he didn't do anything wrong, and he says he's not so sure because he saw the bad G-Man messing with his gun. She says they used him to get the mobster to come out of police protection so they could kill him for real. She convinces him to go to the news and tell them the story, and he agrees. She opens the window and whammo! Don't these idiots look before shooting? I know they're bad guys, but jeez. G-Men come to finish the job. Oh my god, you bring your sniper rifle inside. Subtle. He gets the jump on the hitman. Tries to question him, but ends up getting kickboxed in the face. I'm really surprised at the hitman's skill and the hero's fumbling. It's usually the other way around in movies. Usually the heroes suddenly become Jason Bourne and the hitmen forget how to walk. A man is called to the scene of a crime. He goes and talks to the cops there, and then goes Dan, where he finds out the shooter was an ex-cop. Another cop tells him about our hero. The hero calls his assistant and asks her to bring his makeup kit and meet him at Central Park. Old G-Man and Bad G-Man are talking to a third G-Man about what happened with the mobster. Yep, both lying, of course. Cop is arguing with his boss about him catching the mobster, only for the G-Man to get him killed. Assistant goes to his apartment and bad guys see her and follow her to Central Park. They see she was followed, so she gets a boat and then tells the man if he puts the boat in the water that the hero will know that he wants to meet him. Okay, kind of random. So they fool him, shove him in the water, and run off.
What the hell?
They hide in a closed-off part of the park, and he tells his assistant everything. Hope she don't get killed. Cops go to the hero's apartment, see the monster with the fake bullet holes in the same place the mobster had them, and start to get suspicious that maybe he didn't do it.
No, it wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
Then hero and assistant disguise themselves. Cop at the station gets info about the shooter and goes with partner to talk to the G-Men, who acts all innocent, and after the cops leave, talk to the other bad G-Men and says the cops don't know anything, but they should get out of there while the getting's good. Cop thinks they're bad G-Men.
I think a nice Mr. Mason is bent as hell.
The hero calls the G-Men and they find out he's calling from inside their building, but it's a ruse.
Fool you!
He's not there, and then asks to meet up with them. Let the chase begin. He's actually in the bad guy's car. Cops find out the people involved have phony social security numbers, so they all work for the government. Hero gets the bad G-Man out of the car, and the assistant out of the trunk. Wow, I feel bad for her. Then put the G-Man into the trunk. He won't tell them the info that they're after, so they proceed to ram things with the trunk and the side of the car until he relents. Cop tries to find the old bad G-Man too. Cop calls the old man's house, and the mobster grabs the phone, thinking it's the hero. Our cop knows that voice.
What a twist!
Hero and assistant break into the impound lot to get his van. They use special effects to distract them so they can flee. A van in neon colors on the side is not the best getaway car, don't you think? Now they use more tricks to lose the chase cars. He ditches his assistant so that she doesn't get into trouble. The cop gets yelled at by his boss and is fired. He pretends to be really distraught, but it's only so he can steal the boss's badge. Hero goes to the bad guy's house, sneaks in by electrocuting the guard. Another guard comes to check it out. Dang, now he's dead. Now you know why some people's fear of balloons isn't irrational. Cop arrives and sees two dead guys at the gate.
Screw you guys! I'm going home! This whole idea's stupid anyway!
All the bad guys start panicking. And the hero sets up different tricks to fool them. And, kill them, apparently. Cop is pretty smart and calls more cops for backup. Mobster fires willy-nilly and kills the hero. Their getaway chopper arrives, but hero zaps the mobster and his pacemaker fails. The bad guy steals his key from him.
Mason.
He ain't dead. Bad guy tries to bribe hero with 15 million, so he super glues the old man's hands to the gun. Sends him out to the cops, who don't wait to see if he's telling the truth, and then storm the house. Hero pretends to be dead for the cops. The cop is bummed out that the mobster's dead. He walks out and then drives away. At the morgue, not really a surprise, Hero slips out of the body bag, puts on a disguise. Actually a surprise. The cop is there to catch him as he's leaving. I don't even know how he knew he was sneaking out that window, but good for you. Suddenly, we're at a bank in Geneva getting the mobster's money. Oh, who could it be? It's the cop and the mobster. Just kidding, it's our hero. They drive off $15 million richer. Okie dokie folks, while this isn't one of my top 10 favorites, it always makes me smile and surprises me when I watch it. I love the look behind the curtain, if you will, into movie effects, and I give this one Carl the Trash Panda. This movie stars the man who put baby in the corner,
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Diabetes,
Diabetes, diabetes, diabetes.
Diabetes.
Shaft,
Who's the black private dick that's a sex machine to all the chicks? You're damn right.
and egotistical police chief. This movie contains literal ass-kicking, particular sets of skills,
I don't know what you want, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
USDA violations, and crooked cops. Literally. Thanks for checking out this 80s classic. If you enjoyed it, why don't you watch the full movie for yourself? You won't be disappointed. But before that, you know what to do. Like, sub, comment, suggest future reviews. Don't stray too far, friends. Bye!
Want a flick, Ace? Okay. How can I wait? Say hello to my little friend!